So I ragged on a couple of things. I will say about, just to finish up my thought on Scarlett Johansson. I thought that was a run over there. I think she's gonna work on that generator. Which one you going for, hon? Pick one. None of them? All right, I'll pick this one that makes some noise. That didn't take long. That didn't take long. Come chase me. Well, I gotta say, I did that wrong when I tried to turn and look at the killer. I should have spun around the other way. Ah, well. It was a good run. Anyway, I thought that even though I was kind of ragging on all the way in the dungeon, oh, you bugger. Oh, well. Now, don't run into the trap this time when you get out of here. I will say, well, I kind of thought if they, if the everyone was rolling, right, they could have kept. Watch yourself. Ah, that's a bummer. She might not have known it was Trapper. I'm getting a whole gang down here. But that said, I thought the dynamic between her and Hawkeye worked really well, for sure. And I thought the end between the two of those characters was a little kludgy. But that aside, everything else I thought worked out pretty well. I'm going to get double pipped here in a second. This is trouble. So I thought that was good. Robert Downey Jr. act his ass off as Iron Man for sure, right? I'm gonna try and do it this way. She's right there, man. She found me too. That's a mess. I had no choice that game. That was a mess. Any rate, I did think that Robert Downey Jr. did a great job with the movie with Iron Man, for sure. That's a lost pip. Not even close. That's a bummer. Bad game. See if this guy gets out. But overall, it was... You can't complain. It was such a well-done movie. What they did with Thor, kind of being depressed and seeing his mother and that whole thing, I kind of enjoyed that. I thought that worked out really well. And I know that Thor worked out really well with his little bit in Infinity War, so I guess that's why they're trying to have him go with Guardians of the Galaxy for a while. I kind of would have liked to seen something done with King Thor and making New Asgard on Earth. I would have thought there was something they could have done with that. Not sure what it would be, but I thought it was doable. Get out of there, folks. Oh, lots of flashlights. Team flashlight. Nicely done. So some of that worked out for sure. I would have liked to seen some of that, but you can do what you can do. You know, another thing I thought as well. Look at the character of the Hulk. That kind of worked out. The whole Professor Hulk, Smart Hulk thing. It's like another side of the Hulk you don't usually get to see. Oh, wow. There you go. Let's see what your buddy is doing while you're getting hooked. All right. I think that was kind of an interesting dynamic. You know, historically, Smart Hulk never really quite works out. Let's see. You're gonna get, if you finish this, you're not going to get that dude down there, but maybe that's okay. One of you should try to escape. Because with Smart Hulk, right, historically, you know, Smart Hulk usually isn't as smart as Bruce Banner. So he's not good at being just, you know, a brainy guy. And Smart Hulk isn't as strong as normal Hulk because he doesn't get as mad, right? And that's where Hulk's power comes from. So usually, Smart Hulk doesn't usually work out as a superhero. But it was neat to kind of see that side of it, right? Flashlight time. Oh, man. He's dead. Oh, man. He doesn't know who to pick up first. Girl, just give it up. He's gone. It's hatch time. So I would guess, and I understand that Mark Ruffalo has one more contract movie left, right? So he can appear one more movie before they have to sign a new deal. It would be interesting to see what to decide to do with him next. You know, it's a shame they can't get an agreement with Universal to have another Hulk movie to really kind of put the character and end that arc. They've been kind of spacing it out over lots of movies. That's why you kind of see Hulk doing his thing everywhere. Like he's in Ragnarok, and he kind of, it was like their attempt to give the guy another movie or part of a movie. Like if they give him a third of a movie each time, it's like, you know, he'll eventually get a whole movie. It's weird. But I would like to see a little more happen with Mark Ruffalo. I just don't know if it's going to happen and how they're going to end that arc. You know, the next one of the movies that's supposed to be coming out soon as well, just to talk about that for a second, is there's supposed to be, I thought, a Black Widow movie. I'm pretty sure 99% of it. So if Black Widow's dead, how do you have a Black Widow movie? That's kind of a problem. Well, not really in the comic book world. People die and come back all the time. But, you know, they try and make her... Now, maybe, just a thought here, you know, Black Widow had to give up her soul, kill herself, to get the Soul Stone for Hawkeye, right? But that being said, what if when Captain America returned the Soul Stone, that he could get Black Widow back, right? You're returning a soul for a soul. I don't know. That would be an interesting twist to try and get her back. Because, I mean, let's face it, they at one time, they were trying to do a kind of a romantic angle, right? Between Black Widow and Mark Ruffalo, Hulk's character, right? If you're going to do that, if you're going to have one more Marvel movie with Hulk in it, and I don't know if Mark Ruffalo wants to resign for more, but if you're going to have one more, it would make sense to have him in the Black Widow movie, right? And he could finish out that story arc with Black Widow. That would be nice at least. Uh-oh. Oh, oh, let her go. Oh, you big meanie. Ah, that was mean. That was mean. That was mean. But that would have been good for the Black Widow movie, right? Because it just I think would have ended that arc with those two characters together, and would have been a plus. And maybe they still will. Maybe they'll do the angle like I'm talking about. Who knows? So, all right, that's my thoughts on that part of the story. I think that's most of it. I mean, I might think of something in the next game to kind of talk about, but um, that touches most of the characters. I mean, I could talk about Iron Man and Captain America some more, but all I can say is that whole thing was about as perfect as you can make it, right? And maybe I'll just talk about that in a couple seconds here.